Because you have a See a fine, well, morning. Getting right greasy out there. I had to bust in me boo-boo. Just so you can do that if you would like. Pussycat. Pussycat is in here. Pussycat fish. Excuse me. Keep down there. Not sure why. I guess because the head will fall off. Anyway, when something will fall off, there must be a seal. And I broke it to seal. Yeah, it won't heal. Pussycat. So why am I talking in the memory stick? Because I was trying to remember. Wow, what do I want? Oh, now I remember. Ooh, choking on some of that stuff that rolls in the back of your throat. Excuse me. I got Colonel McGregor almost twice. No, if the Colonel's the truth. Anyway, we're not going to hit the roof. We just got to try to remember what was here for. British, and how you say all this here stuff without the T? Of course, Kevin says lots of stuff without this here, not that letter, but hell, I know what I'm saying. How do you people talk without the T? British, I'm Britain, is better. I'm not sure about any of that, but they drop the T's all over the place. Is that Mr. T and a Mrs. T? And bunches of little T's running around, homeless in a nation. Them people that drop the T's. No, yes, that's what it is. You dropping T's here, there, and yonder. And it's costing you. It's horrible. I always want to go over there and visit. And I sort of like the idea of having a king. As long as it's Jesus, the Yahusha, the one that gives life for us. As long as it's that king and not some man. Because, no, somebody turn that off. We keep getting the things in here. Who was it that, what did they say? I'm not sure anymore. But we're talking in the memory stick. Oh, did Jesus, what did Jesus say? Well, I'm not sure. The British, I think he said, you people do not drop your T's like that. No, he said, the Yah did, the Dada. He said down here, Shemuel, when they said, oh, they reject me, they want a man. And y'all say, yes, they want their king. It says all the tribes of Israel. All of them, all 12 of them, and sometimes it's 13, according to how you count it. We want a man king like the rest of the nations around us. And y'all say, okay, I'm going to give them the man king. Thing is, the man king is going to eat out their sustenance. Is going to take their women. Going to send their young men to war. And all kind of stuff. Give them that man king. Let's see how they like it. Oh, my British brothers, do you like it now? Well, now you know why. Once a nation leaves, it leaves the concept of the faith. That's what happens in a nation. You see, you people don't even read the book. It says, you want your man king, you're going to get your man king. And then later on in the years, when things sort of get down there and nitty of the gritty, I'm going to send in the locusts and send in the nations. And they're going to come in and take your women and do all this other stuff. But these people will not read that and retain, in some way, to a faith-based situation. And it just so happens, it's another faith that is taking over. He got a very, very harsh sense of humor. Stiff upper lip. Because Kevin's thinking about the stiff upper lip. I can't even make it stiff. Anyway, they all got the stiff upper lip. And because Kevin's got the critters and stuff. And when old Billy Goat, he smells his beard. It stink. It's like a stink because he pee-pees on it. To make it stink so the girl goats will like him because he's the goat after all. 426, oh, hell, I think I'm dripping. Anyway, he goes smell the girl, and his lip, it will poke up, and he has a stiff upper lip. So I'm assuming that that's what the British are saying that they got. They done. Well, I'm not sure if that works, but you cannot tell me that the goat picture I will put up here is not not a stiff upper lip. Anyway, whole thing is, once you get stuff going, you know, because everything's about entropy. I'm always trying to take the physics and stick it on to reality, because it is real. And I just want to calculate it, use the quickness to calculate it, and know when we're getting too far to the edge. Goodness gracious. Oh, I apologize. People, oh, that hurt. I think I had to broke it in the nose. But we talking in the ministry, cause the entropy. Now, when you get your disorganization, which you call organization, and right now the whole world's got a whole lot of stuff that's disorganized, and they call it organized in some fashion or form. Remember, sucker, everything is subject to the laws of the universe. The cosmos do not let you off exactly, unless you deal with the blood of the lamb. That may help. But the thing is, all this here stuff that you're building, everything of reality that you build is still subject to the laws of entropy. And what Coach Cavendish thinks is, when that which is going out, really it comes to a certain point, compared to that which is being created and going in, at some point, the whole thing just goes poof, like Coach Cavendish's hair, poof, and it just disappears, and wave function collapse. And that's what it is on a certain level. Anyway, that was my concern. So when you drop your T's for too long and your lip is stiff at the upper of the lip, you need to go back to the bayou, sir. I want to invite them people over here in America and say, Coach Catfish, let me take you out to the woods and show you the brown bear. Let me take you out in the bayou and we do some gigging and go put up in yo-yos and have some brews and pee off the Piro and stuff like that. Real things. So now, restrictions to addictions. And that's why Coach Catfish is doing this here. Finally getting around 704. Coach Catfish watches them Lotus Eater young'uns. And one in particular, Will Tomlinson man. Got a good head on his shoulders. I just wish he had an opportunity to use it. And that's the thing. That's why we left over there. Long time ago, young'un. That's why we left. And come over here. Now, unfortunately, some of that stuff is, it's like the stuff above us. It's got the drizzly ooze or whatever it was. Coach Catfish did the video. Oh, sorry, I gotta be talking here. Whatever, because the memory stick must hear. So I know, I know something. Anyway, that's what happens when entropy, when it gets too complicated. And the cosmos say, no, it's going to fly apart or go and flex some other part of space-time. Maybe another dimension. We don't want this here stuff oozing out like the drizzly ooze from up above us. No, Canadier, that place, the drizzly ooze. And, well, hell, it came from y'all, and that's the concern. We do not want it here. We already got too much of it, but that's what happens. That's what happens when you want a man king. Because this is like democracy. Everybody throws around that democracy. Do you really? We don't, Coach Catfish do not want a democracy. I want what we got as best as it is. A representative republic. It's bad enough as it is. And my concern is, anyway, the entropy is going to overtake and just eat up. Because we need to create some enthalpy. Halpy, the enthalpy. That's a good critter. That should be a superhero. Halpy the enthalpy. He be bringing it up, and eating up the entropy. And before you know it, it just becomes a cycle. And maybe that's what Coach Catfish is saying. You may not be able to break the cycle, sucker. Yeah. Predilections and determinations is determined. Crazy, y'all. It's going to be a hot day, but I got things to do. Ooh, first two of the day. Aye. That's the first one of them, too.